Is the Disney Star Wars television show The Acolyte going to get a second season? Well, if the ratings are any indication, it's looking more and more doubtful.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Airy. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new video, and consider becoming a channel member. All right, so we finally have some ratings that indicate the Acolyte did not do so well as what they were trying to say, as the shills were trying to say, as Disney was trying to say. Just seems like did not go as planned. This is according to Bounding into Comics. Now, that's downright brutal. According to the latest ratings, it only took 3 weeks and 4 episodes of The Acolyte to completely fall out of favor with viewers. The Star Wars series, unfortunate but unsurprising given its consistently poor storytelling, ratings fall off was confirmed by television analytics firm Nielsen via their reported top 10 TV originals ranking chart for the week of June 17th and June 23rd. Now, just if you're unfamiliar with Nielsen, they just track ratings of TV shows and they've also adapted to do streaming. So, continue on with Bounding into Comics. As seen therein, while such other streaming originals as Bridgerton, The Boys, and Mayor of Kingstown managed to place, The Acolyte was completely absent from the podium. Per the numbers reported for the week's 10th most popular series, Netflix's King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch, was charted due to the June 12th release of its second season. This means The Acolyte managed to pull in less than 298 million collective watch minutes across its 4 episodes. But that number alone doesn't paint a full picture of the Acolyte's tumble. Using King of Collectibles' 298 million watch minutes as an admittedly generous point of reference for the Acolyte's unreported ratings, the numbers reveal that each of the then available minutes of the Leslie Headland Helms series pulled in an average of only 74.5 million viewing minutes each. Divide this number by the series' average episode runtime of 38 minutes, 151 minutes total across 4 episodes, and the results figure reveal that at best, and keep in mind this is a very, very rough estimate, only 1.9 million viewers tuned in to watch and or catch up with the fourth part of May and Osha's extended childhood spat. For comparison, the worst episode of the most recent and widely panned Doctor Who season, Dot and Bubble, still caught the interest of at least 3.38 million viewers in the week of its premiere, and that was just for a single episode. To further drive home just how abysmal the results are in the week of its debut, The Acolyte beat out Netflix's documentary about World War II, Netflix's reality dating show Perfect Match, and the aforementioned drama Mayor of Kingstown to take 7th place on Nielsen's weekly streaming originals chart, posting a total of 488 million watch minutes across its 2 episode premiere. The next week, the latest live action Star Wars disaster was able to climb 1 spot higher, its 370 million watch minutes for the period, allowing it to overtake, and it lists off a couple of shows. And the rest, as readers know from the above update, is history. Basically, it's a ratings disaster for Disney. It's so sad that Disney has fallen into this woke divide where they are pushing an agenda onto their viewers, because I think that definitely had a part to play in it. We can't have men be heroic. They have to be overly emotional simps, or they have to be evil for some reason, or coded feminine, as Leslie Headland described the villain of the show, or the villain, Smilo Ren, as he's commonly called in the fandom menace. And it is a shame that it has gone this path, because Disney was given the golden goose with Star Wars, with George Lucas's legacy, and as a result, they squandered it because Bob Iger he chose he chose messaging over good storytelling. If they had just done their job, if he had put someone in place over Lucasfilm who could actually handle the franchise, I think that they would have saw a lot of success, but alas, they did not. So now for the ultimate question. Is The Acolyte going to get a second season? Now, I would love that because it would definitely give me something to write about on my website, studiojakemedia.com, like I did with season 1. But I think there's going to be a lot more factors to play. Now, I actually don't believe it's going to get renewed. This is why I feel this way. First of all, Leslie Headland has a terrible reputation with the fans. Not only is she Harvey Weinstein's acolyte, if you will, but she also really mismanaged the publicity around the show. She saw where it was going, and instead of trying to say, "Hey, just give it a chance," right? Just give it a chance. She attacked the fans. She had the cast attack the fans. The actress who played May, she did a diss track against Star Wars fans, and even went after the media for not talking about the fans' ire. That's all the media talks about. The media hates us, so it's so stupid that they did that, and that really affected it. And as a result, they kept trying to say that Andor still did poor, but I think maybe that might be true of the first two episodes. But I actually think if we ever do get a look at the streaming ratings, the full ratings, I think that we are going to see that Andor did better. Andor is actually a pretty good show. In between Andor, Rogue One, the Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and Star Wars Visions, people thought Star Wars had some hope, but then they made the Book of Boba Fett too vanilla. Mandalorian season 3 was really about Bo-Katan, and Obi-Wan Kenobi took a once great Jedi Knight, a Jedi Master, and turned him into the errand boy for some little girl that no one cared about, who was a total brat. And now with the Acolyte, they have to deconstruct the Jedi, and it's just developed such a poor reputation. And now with this ratings evidence, I just don't think it's going to get renewed. However, I could be wrong, and here's the reason why I could be wrong. These Hollywood studios are stubborn. I have seen terrible Netflix shows get renewed for no reason. For instance, Big Mouth, which is an animated child exploitation show, kind of like Cuties, right? Netflix loves to bring in shows that, sexualize children, and it's very gross. But that show kept getting renewed on Netflix. You actually find out that the showrunner's daddy was rich and he just kept pouring more money into it. And so it wasn't really costing Netflix anything. But still, despite the poor reviews, it kept getting renewed. Same with their reboot of The Babysitter's Club, their reboot. They kept renewing it. They had great shows like Mindhunter and Longmire, but no, they want to renew those trashy shows that no one gives a crap about. And it could be the same for Disney. Now, Disney is more keen to cancel shows than Netflix or CBS or NBC or whoever, because they did cancel Willow and they even did a tax write off on it. So who knows? Maybe I could be wrong about it not getting renewed, but they still could, because these, like I said, these studios are stubborn, and especially because it became all about the messaging of the show. The Jedi have a inflated sense of power, and it's so sad that they went down that route, because it was always about the battle of good and evil. That's what Star Wars was about, just in a science fiction fantasy sort of setting. And they squandered that to talk about woke politics that no one cares about, and to nothing more than to malign everyone's favorite heroes. So I don't think it's going to get renewed, but like I said, these studios are stubborn and they love pushing the narrative, the messaging, because they get that money from these nefarious James Bond style organizations like BlackRock and Vanguard that are buying into them, that are getting seats on the board, that are pushing these agenda because they want to socially re-engineer us. But keep fighting back, because it's clearly working. We are seeing companies fire DEI people and ending woke programs. Tractor Supply just did this. So hopefully we can keep pushing, and eventually it'll make its way to Hollywood and hopefully to the House of Mouse. If you like that video, give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment on what you think, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications whenever I post a new video. And also consider becoming a channel member, where you get all kinds of insider perks, including a video that is a members first look exclusive once a week. If you don't want to support me through big tech, click on the link to my locals page. It's a community where I post my articles and write some original stuff. So head on over there. You can give me tips, or you can subscribe. It really helps out small indie creators like myself. Or I write books. Head on over to Amazon, search my name, and you will find my novels. This is my latest one, Blessed Child. Look at that awesome cover, by the way. Isn't that cool? You can purchase your copy in paperback, Kindle, or hardcover edition. I would really appreciate it. Like I said, it helps small indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.
Cause I've been living life